Well, hello. Welcome back to my channel. It has been quite some time. So if you are new, my name is Ashley and I am a mom of 6 boys, 5 full-time, and then I also have a 13-year-old, almost 14-year-old stepson who is over quite a bit. So 5 boys sit full-time. We also homeschool. And we're home all the time. So this was the aftermath of just a little bit of busyness. I've actually been keeping my home pretty freaking tidy, if I do say so myself. But this was a little bit of a mess. So we had Tristan, who was at camp, and he came back home. So we had a little soiree for him. And we apparently produced a lot of trash. We had pizza, we had lots of fun things, and this was after the weekend. So obviously we weren't home. It was pretty much dump and go for a couple of days, and then this is getting back to it. So I am determined to keep my home pretty clean because it's been doing a lot of wonders for my mental health. I was out of commission for a little bit, not doing videos, and I've just been kind of struggling with some postpartum things and just the stress of life. I've been kind of struggling mentally, so keeping my home really clean has been helping. So when it was getting a little bit out of hand on this day, I was like, nope, we're gonna clean all the things, make sure it's absolutely clean again. And I've been keeping it pretty spotless, so it's been making me feel lots better. So I don't think I've filmed a couple of areas that I'm showing you now the before of. But yeah, as you can see, I'm like just dancing around, listening to some tunes, and I'm just getting it done. So I always start with the kitchen because it's my absolute least favorite thing to clean. I absolutely hate it. I've been hand washing our dishes because even though this dishwasher is like, it's not brand new, but it's not that old either. And it just has not been washing. I've tried everything. I've tried what the manufacturer says you should use to clean it. I've taken it all apart and cleaned all the parts. I've done all the things, and it still just does not clean my dishes well. And it has like crazy high heat cleaning and all the things, and it still, even when I rinse my dishes, it still leaves a film. It still just does not wash well. So as crappy as I am at washing dishes, I'm really not the best in the world at it. I'm not gonna lie to you. As bad as I am at it, I'm better than the dishwasher, I feel like, because I just at least know that I'm doing it. I have some control over it. So I've been washing the dishes every single day, and as annoying as it is, I do feel like our dishes are a lot cleaner, and you know, I don't have to worry about them being gross when you pull them out of the dishwasher and having to wash it 50 times and then ending up having to hand wash it anyway. So it's just a waste of water, really, because you're washing it 40 times before it's actually clean. So I'm just kind of listening to some music. I am trying to do all the things and not put it on a drying mat and have the leaning tower of dishes that falls apart. So I'm just washing them all, put them on the clean sink, and then I just dry them all and put them away. So that's what I'm trying to do. It works. It's annoying because, like I said, I hate washing dishes, but it is worth it. So there's my oldest popping in to talk to me, as you have to do when it's your mom. And now I'm just washing a bunch of dishes that I had. Believe it or not, these were in the garage. They just weren't opened, and some of these bowls that we had a set of these and they broke, and so now this is the last set. So I'm just washing all of these newer dishes, getting those all washed up and put away as well. I figured, why not go ahead and get all of this done. And yeah, they're having like balloon wars or keepy uppy behind me in the background, so we're just getting all of these washed up, and I'm going to put all of these away as well, and then we can move on to something more interesting. So these were some containers that I had as well that I just haven't been using, and I just washed them all up. I think I'm going to use them. I can't decide if I want to use them in my pantry or my refrigerator. I can't decide. My refrigerator, I really need to order some more shelves for the doors, and I think that will solve my refrigerator issue, but I think I could use these in the pantry for sure for some can organization. I just think it would work out. And then maybe see if I can find some more of them. I don't know. They don't sell them anymore. These I got from Dollar Tree, and they're like surprisingly really good quality for Dollar Tree. They've lasted a while. So yeah, so now I'm just cleaning up the counter. They're watching, I don't know what this is. I can't remember. It's the Fix-Its or it's something like that. I don't know. It's actually a pretty cute show. So I'm just cleaning up all the junk and the leftovers from our party shenanigans, and they're just going absolutely insane in the background, and then we are going to move on. I didn't want to throw away all of these balloons, so I just kind of collected them because they were playing with them, like, you know, and hello, like balloons, like what a fun toy. That's cheap, and it's like playing with a cardboard box, you know what I mean? Of course they'll play with the most simple of things. So I'm just collecting pool floats from around the house. I put all of the balloons in the closet, and now I'm just I was just giving him a blanket to chew on and play with because that's what he does. Look at him rolling all about. He's just starting to roll over, and he's just starting to grab things with his hands and like know what he's doing with it. And so I'm just talking to him. The toddler's just watching something, playing with his Paw Patrol toys. And then I'm moving on to the bedroom. I wanted to wash my sheets because Jensen got something ridiculous on them. I don't remember. He like jumped in my bed with something ridiculous, and I had just washed my bedspread the day before, but I didn't wash the sheets, only the bedspread. So now I'm washing the sheets instead of the bedspread. So I'm just trying to peel the sheets out from under the bedspread while keeping the bedspread. I mean, was this the easiest way to do this? No. Why did I do it this way? I have absolutely no idea, but I'm just trying to pull the sheets away from the bedspread while keeping the bedspread intact, because with this king size bedspread, it is so easy to get it flipped the wrong way. It doesn't have like a tag or any identifier to let you know what's supposed to be on the bottom. And when you get it flipped around, like one person is without a blanket. Like it's not enough blanket on the sides, and you don't really realize it until afterwards when you're laying in bed and you're like, oh, we got the blanket flipped the wrong way. So I was just leaving it alone. But was this the easiest way to do it? No, it wasn't, to pull apart the sheets and all of that, but that's what I did. So anyway, I had to pull it off anyway to put the sheets back on. So why I did it that way, I don't know, but that's what I did. So I'm just letting some sunshine in. My bedroom does not, like, it has a high ceiling, and the lights that they put in here and also the light bulbs that we have are just, they don't emit a lot of bright light, and it just feels yellow, and I need to get white lights and LED light bulbs, and I just haven't switched them all out, you know? It's just not a thing on the top of my list. So I like to let as much natural light in as I can. It makes my husband so aggravated, and he's just like, why? Now what I'm doing, they dumped a 1,000-piece puzzle into the drawer of my nightstand, so I had to clean all of that out and put it back in the box. Then I hid the box away so they can never find it, because then, like a 1,000-piece puzzle, all the pieces are going to be missing before we ever start to put it together, like legitimately. So my carpet needed a good vacuum. When does it not? I feel like I could vacuum this floor 4 times a day and still it would be crazy. It's just such a high traffic area. They come in my bedroom literally all day. I don't even know why. I don't go in my bedroom as much as they do, but for whatever reason, they love it. So there's why out. And so, yeah, I'm just giving it a good vacuum. Why do I have this swing in here when he doesn't even use it as much as I feel like he should? But yeah, I keep the swing in here, the bouncer in the living room, the walker in the kitchen. Like, I'm just keeping things all around the house, so wherever I am, I can bring him along. But I'm pretty sure he was just in his bouncer at this point. I had switched him from this little mat to the bouncer, and so he was in there with that while I was vacuuming. So I'm folding this all up, and then we're gonna move on to a brand new day with me folding laundry. I did not film I didn't film my bathroom, and I didn't film, I just did a really quick tidy up in my office. My office is always gonna be kind of a disaster because the creative process is very messy. So, it just is what it is. I do want to do a office tour on my other channel, but I'm just never ready for that because it's always a mess. I'm always creating something, and it's never clean enough. That is the shirt I was wearing in the last clip. So I have been keeping up with laundry. I've been washing every single day, as you can see by that shirt. So this is the day after the first clip, and I already am washing the shirt I was wearing the previous day. So I'm doing good, girl. I'm doing good. And I'm finding that, look at this. See how it gets stuck with those plasticky, whatever pictures on the front of those shirts. I've tried washing it inside out, and I'm sorry, I'm not just washing it separately on a delicate cycle or anything like that. Like, I just won't buy shirts like that because they melt together. It's just absolutely frustrating. So anyways, I've been keeping up with my laundry, and it's really been making me feel so much better. So it just feels better to keep up with things as I go. And if you ever get behind, though, it's really hard to catch back up, and that's always my downfall. Like, I do so well for so long, and then it never feels like we have this huge weekend or something, and something happens, or one of the kids is sick, and then I'm not able to clean as much, or I'm sick, or something happens, and then it's a disaster, and then it takes me forever to catch back up and get into this routine of keeping the house really, really nice and tidy. But like I'm showing in this video, I wasn't letting that happen in this instance. We got a little bit behind. It was really messy, and I just cleaned it all up in one day, and 2 days obviously, but we're getting there. I got it all done. And now that I'm doing this voiceover, it is all done. So I'm just doing this laundry. I'm putting it all away right away. That's why I do it in the middle of the floor. So there's no excuse of me leaving it around and the piles getting all messed up and then having to redo it again. Like, nope, we do it in the middle of the floor. So I'm forced to walk beside it. And I know that it's just going to be undone if I don't hurry up and put it away. That's what I do. Then I just put it all away. So I'm trying to do these things and instill habits in my life. That's what I'm trying to do. And it's been working for me for a few weeks now. So I'm hoping that I can keep this up. Okay, so now I'm moving into Evander's room. He doesn't actually sleep in here. He just comes in here for me to change his clothes, change his diaper. And this is also where I keep Jensen's clothes and Alaric's clothes. I do not keep their clothes upstairs where they sleep because it gets a mess. They make such a mess when they're going upstairs to change. Plus, that means I don't have to go upstairs to find their clothes for church and things like that. They're not rummaging around and getting clothes exploded all over the upstairs. Upstairs is for sleep and their toys. That's it. And then the clothes all stay downstairs. So Tristan and Killian stay in one closet in the homeschool room, and then Jensen's and Alaric's and Evander's stay in this room. So it does get a little messy with clothes. Right now, I am going through Evander's clothes and getting all the ones that he's grown out of. And this is always a hard part for me. I have been giving away because I am done having babies. I feel done inside of myself. Now, will I change my mind in a year or two when he's getting that toddler phase and growing out of his baby phase? Maybe. I don't think so. I feel differently this time than I have felt with my others. So I've given away all of the clothes. And so far I've done newborns, 0 to 3, and 3 months. So now I'm getting rid of all of this 3 to 6 months clothes because they no longer fit him. He barely fits in the 6 months. He's really in 9 to 12, and that's really what he's wearing, but it just depends on the way it's made. So it can make it so difficult because I have to have a lot of clothes from size ranges because it just really depends on how it's made. Yeah, so he's just growing really fast. He just turned 6 months old, and he's in 9 to 12 months is really what's comfortable. He can wear some 6 to 9, but he can't wear 6 month alone. He's really grown out of the 6 months. So now I'm getting rid of the 3 to 6 months and the 6 months clothes, and I'm giving them away to a young couple who just had a baby. They're like really young. I don't know. I think he might be like 20 and I think she's like 17, something like that. I don't know. But they just had a little boy. She already had a little girl, and then they just had a little boy. He's like 2 weeks old, I think. Maybe not even that old. I don't know. But I've given them all the clothes so far. So I'm just getting the next batch for them. And then when I get enough to like collect like a trash bag full or something, I'll just give those to them. So he has a lot. I mean, this is from Tristan. You gotta think. These are clothes from Tristan, Killian, Alaric, Jensen. And now we're passing them along. So these are all the clothes I've collected from all of those, collecting a little more at the time. I've had some of my kids in different seasons. So, you have to take that into account. And so I'm just kind of categorizing his clothes and what I do with them, like bibs and hats and accessories in one drawer, and then shorts in another, shirts in another, rompers in another, dressy rompers in another. Like, whatever I gravitate towards when I'm searching for something, I want it in that category. So I'm trying. So I'm just looking at all the tags and seeing what sizes they are. And then some of them are like 6 months. Like, this wouldn't fit on his leg. What are you talking about? Like, this is so tiny. This is not sized correctly. So you can't ever really tell. Like, some brands, it's like 18 months old and you're looking at it and it's like barely gonna fit him, but it's just the brand is made small, whereas something else he can probably get away with a 6 to 9 months because it's made bigger. So it just depends, and that's the frustrating part of children's clothing. Like, you just cannot tell. It just depends on the brand, and you just have to kind of eyeball it to see. So he is in that weird phase where his middle is big. He has a large in charge, like a sumo baby-esque physique. And his legs are still really short. So, long torso, shorty legs. That is my husband's body type, and that is what he has for sure. So Killian, Jensen, and Evander have my husband's body, where their torso is so long it's hard to fit any shirts on them. All the shirts are too short, but then their legs are shorter. Whereas Tristan, Alaric, and me, our torso is average, but our legs are long. So you can't find pants to fit because the waist is like a pencil, but the legs are like a stork. And so it's so hard to fit clothes on both body types. It's so difficult. can't find shirts long enough for one, you can't find pants long enough for the other, and it's just, it's a whole thing. But you can't make clothes for every single body type. It's hard. I know. I get it. You just have to kind of have a one-size-fits-all mentality, and then you just have to kind of fend for yourself. Like, every man for themselves. So now I'm just kind of putting Jensen's clothes back in his bin. This is the best system I have found for their clothes. It's just this big bin system. That's all of Jensen's clothes except for his hang-up clothes. And then Alaric has a big old bin, and Killian has a big old bin, and Tristan has a big old bin. And that's the way we operate. And then we have separate bin for underwear and socks, and the two youngers share a bin for underwear and socks, and then the two older share a bin for underwear and socks, and that's just kind of how it goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one. Bye, guys.